Think back to your own school days. The lessons, the friendships, the dreams you started to build. For many of us, education was a given. But here in Africa, for over 30 million children, that fundamental right, that pathway to a better life, is tragically out of reach. My name is Shalom Bochere, and on these podcasts, we are diving deep into a topic that defines our continent's destiny, the future of education. We will confront the stark realities of overcrowded classrooms and outdated methods, but we'll also shine a spotlight on the incredible ingenuity, the technological leaps, and the dedicated individuals who are rewriting the script for learning. Get ready to explore the opportunities, innovations, and challenges that will shape Africa's classroom of tomorrow. Africa is the youngest continent, with 60% of the population under 25. Imagine the collective power, creativity, and innovation that resides within this vast young population. Education is the key to unlocking that power. This isn't just a statistic, it is a demographic dividend. Contrast this with aging population in other parts of the world. If over 400 million youth represents immense potential for innovation, economic growth, and societal transformation if adequately educated. If not, it could become a source of instability. Education is critical for unlocking the continent's potential. It is the bedrock upon which sustainable development, robust economies, and resilient societies are built. Education isn't just about individual upward mobility. It is foundational for national development, economic diversification, health outcomes, and democratic stability. So, on this episode, we will dive into the harsh realities, explore the exciting innovations, confront the persistent hurdles, and finally, chart a hopeful course for the future. Starting with the trends. What is the current state of education? Over 30 million children in sub-Saharan Africa are out of school. And this isn't just a number. It represents millions of lost dreams, untapped potential, and a significant barrier to Africa's progress. This is a staggering number. And who are these children? Mostly girls, children in conflict zones, those with disabilities, or from impoverished rural areas. And even for those in school, the challenges continue. We face a problem of both access and quality. We see low literacy rates and poor teacher-student ratios. In some classrooms, one dedicated teacher is responsible for the learning of 80 or more students. Think about that for a moment. How can a teacher possibly provide individualized attention or foster critical thinking in such an environment? The result is often rote memorization and a system under immense strain. Finally, this situation is compounded by external shocks. Conflict and underfunding affect access. We see schools destroyed in war-torn regions and a chronic lack of government budget allocation. Education often takes a backseat to other priorities, leaving teachers underpaid, classrooms crumbling, and resource scarce. Brings us This brings us to a crucial question. What are the deep-seated issues that have led us here? The problems we just discussed don't exist in a vacuum. They are symptoms of systematic challenges that have long plagued our educational systems. First, we have a crisis of poor infrastructure and lack of resources. It is hard to learn when your classroom is dilapidated structure and you're sharing a single textbook with half a dozen classmates. Many schools lack basic amenities like clean water, sanitation facilities, a significant reason why many girls drop out, and electricity. Second, we face a critical shortage of qualified teachers. This isn't just a numbers game, it is about quality. Many teachers are undertrained or lack access to continuous professional development. We are also grappling with brain drain as our brightest educators leave for better opportunities, leaving a void in our classrooms. A classroom is only as good as its teacher, and we must do better to support our educators. Third, there is a profound urban rural divide in education access. Geography often dictates destiny. A child born in a remote village faces far greater hurdles to quality education than their urban counterpart. This disparity perpetuates inequality and limits opportunities for a huge segment of our youth. And finally, the content itself is a problem. We have outdated curricula and language barriers. Many of our educational models are still rooted in a colonial past, emphasizing rote memorization over the critical thinking and vocational skills needed for a modern entrepreneurial economy. And teaching in a non-native language, especially in early grades, can create a fundamental barrier to comprehension for young learners. The list of challenges is daunting, but it's not the end of the story. One. In the face of these challenges, a new wave of innovation is emerging. Technology is proving to be a true game changer. And Africa, with its widespread mobile access, is perfectly positioned to leapfrog old educational models. We are seeing the rise of incredible edtech platforms. Tech, for example, Eneza Education in Kenya. It uses simple feature phones and SMS to provide quizzes, lessons, and even a teacher on demand service, reaching millions of students in rural areas without the need for an internet connection. Then there is ULesson in Nigeria, which provides video lessons and live tutoring on mobile apps, making high quality content accessible and affordable for secondary school students. This is powered by the boom in mobile learning and digital access. The smartphone in your pocket is no longer just a communication device. It is a portable classroom, a library, and a tutor. It's flexible, accessible, and often provides offline content to bypass persistent connectivity issues. And we are just scratching the surface. We are on the cusp of a future where leverage AI, VR, and even satellite internet. Imagine AI-powered personalized learning paths that adapt to each student's pace, or virtual reality simulations for vocational training that make expensive equipment accessible virtually. And with the spread of satellite internet, broadband access in even the most remote, underserved areas is becoming a reality, bridging the digital divide where traditional infrastructure cannot. But simply providing the technology isn't enough. We must ensure that everyone has the skills and the access to use it effectively. This is where the focus on digital literacy and inclusion comes in. We need robust training for students and teachers in technology. A laptop is just a paperweight. If you don't know how to wield its power, we must invest in teacher training programs that focus on integrating technology into pedagogy. It's not just using software. We are also seeing the success of public private partnerships providing devices. No single entity can tackle this alone. Collaborations between governments, NGOs, and tech companies are getting tablets and computers into the hands of learners. Though we must also address the long term sustainability and maintenance of these devices. Finally, and crucially, we must work to bridge the gender gap in digital access. Digital access isn't gender neutral. We must actively ensure girls and women are not left behind, empowering them to participate fully in the digital economy and society. For all this innovation to truly flourish, it must be supported by sound policy and a bold vision. African governments are working to align with SDG 4 goals, the global blueprint for quality education. This means translating these commitments into actionable national policies that invest in teachers, ensure universal access, and provide relevant skills for employment. And a key area of investment is early education. The foundation of a strong educational system is laid in the earliest years. Investing in early childhood education isn't just good policy, it is smart economics, yielding the highest returns in terms of cognitive development and long term societal benefits. But our educational system must also prepare our youth for the future, not just the past. It is about equipping youth with entrepreneurial skills with a young population. Africa's future isn't just about finding jobs, it's about creating them. We must integrate entrepreneurship into our curricula and support our young innovators. And we are. From Nairobi's Silicon Savannah to Lagos tech ecosystem, innovation hubs and initiatives are becoming crucible for young talent, turning ideas into viable business. This empowers our youth to be change agents in their own communities, driving the very reforms needed to transform their futures. The road ahead requires continued investment and collaboration. We must relentlessly pursue a future where we close digital divide by ensuring universal, equitable access to technology and connectivity. Also, invest in scalable teacher training, empowering our frontline educators with the tools and support they need. Collaborate across all sectors, from government to business to civil society, because sustainable solutions will only emerge from a shared vision. Africa's future hinges on this reform, but with the incredible spirit of innovation, the rapid adoption of technology, and the growing commitment from all corners, leapfrogging is not just possible, it's inevitable. As Nelson Mandela famously said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. In Africa, this weapon is being sharpened, ready to forge a future of prosperity, innovation, and dignity for all. Thank you for listening.